Welcome back. You are listening to the mid-morning talk on Salam Media with me, Maryam Mkwanda. It is 11:13. Being your own boss can be exciting, challenging, and sometimes stressful. Long hours, unpredictable cash flow, significant changes in your industry, and having responsibility for employees can leave you feeling mentally exhausted, stressed, anxious, or depressed. This in turn could affect your ability to run your business and have an impact on your relationships with your family, friends, employees, suppliers, and customers. So, we're going to be talking about business stress and anxiety with our business coach, Jonti Mayer. Jonti Mayer is one of South Africa's leading executive coaches. He's an acclaimed author, workshop facilitator, and business coach. He is the author of Conscious Manifestation, which guides people to get what they want in life and business from the inside out. Good morning, Jonti, and thank you for joining me.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right, so first of all, how common is business owner stress?
Let me tell you, it is more common than people realize. And I think in today's world, everybody is stressed when it comes to business, when it comes to making a living, when it comes to providing the family. We live in very, very complex times with unprecedented complexity. So I think that I think it's safe to say that the vast majority of people are incredibly stressed, managing all the balls that they are juggling in the air.
So, what are the signs that we should be aware of when it comes to business stress and anxiety?
It's a great question. So I think people need to bring awareness to actually how they are feeling in their body, right? We are so distracted. We're sitting in front of the computer the whole day, and we very often disconnect from fundamentally how we're feeling in our body. Recently, I was coaching a client, and he started to tell me that he's starting to feel pain in his solar plexus as a result of the stress and anxiety that he's feeling. And I said to him, this is an early warning sign, right? It's an early warning sign. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. The body never lies. So if you are stressed, if you are anxious, there are going to be some symptoms that you are going to experience in your body. Another one is you're not going to be sleeping well. You know, many people these days are taking sleep aids, which is important. If you can take an alternate one or a herbal one is very, very good. But if you're not sleeping well and if you're not comfortable in your body, that is a sign that you have high levels of stress and high levels of anxiety.
So basically, it's just like having stress and anxiety on a normal occasion. Just now, it's with the business as well.
Yes, yes,
Right.
absolutely.
So, mhm,
Stress and anxiety are a part of life. And
yeah.
I think most people, like I mentioned, do have a certain amount of stress and anxiety. But it's when those levels get really, really high and you can attribute your business as the cause of them that you need to really pay attention to what's going on.
So, when are business owners more likely to experience the stress and anxiety? Would it be at the beginning of starting a business, somewhere in the middle, or maybe falling on hard times like we experienced with the pandemic?
Mm. I think that people are experiencing stress and anxiety at all times during their business. Both starting it off, getting it off the ground, making sure that it's running properly, dealing with competitors, dealing with cash flow, working with business owners and entrepreneurs. I can honestly say that managing staff is difficult, getting clients is difficult, rendering the service is difficult. It's very, very complex times and very competitive times, and competition in and of itself also causes stress and anxiety. So a business owner really needs to pay attention to what is the source of his unique stress and anxiety.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, what tips can business owners adopt to better cope with the stresses and anxiety?
Okay, so there are a number of tips that a person can adopt. The first one would be start off your morning really well. Okay, your morning routine determines your day. Your day determines your week. Your week determines your month, and your month determines your year. I'm a very big believer in doing what it takes in the first 2 to 3 hours of the morning to set yourself up for feeling good. Take care of what you need to in the early morning. That opens up your day to deal with whatever comes your way. So, my first tip to all of my clients, master your morning,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yes, there are people that are night owls and they may need to, spend a bit more time at night doing this. But fundamentally, you want to get your morning off to a right start. That for me is one of the most important tips. Clear your deck, clear your email in the early morning, and write a list of your priorities.
Mm-hmm.
And it must be written, right? Writing is a fantastic way to master all of the things that you need to do every day. So my
Mm-hmm.
first tip, without a doubt, master your morning to master
Mm-hmm.
your day. That would be tip number one.
Mm-hmm.
Tip number two would be get yourself and invest in a business coach or a mentor. And I'm not saying this because I am a business coach, but the
Mm-hmm.
impact that having somebody to mentor you or to coach you and to guide you in all of the complexities and all of the pitfalls is priceless. The impact that this can have on your life and on your business is truly unprecedented. So I truly believe that having a coach, having somebody by your side, somebody to support you, somebody to guide you, somebody to help you make those decisions would also dramatically decrease the amount of
Mm-hmm.
stress and the amount of anxiety that a person is going through on their average day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's also another one, right? And another one is learning to manage how you are actually feeling throughout the day. So, stress and anxiety occur for us as feelings. We feel stressed, we feel anxious. If a
Mm-hmm.
person were to be able to improve their own emotional intelligence, they would manage their own stress and their own anxiety significantly better. What I suggest for people to do is to keep a journal or even to embark on regular breathing techniques. So, what do I mean by that? So,
Mm-hmm.
very, very often when we are not breathing well, right, we get more stressed. I
Mm-hmm.
encourage all of my clients to spend a few moments every day in deep, conscious belly breathing. The deep, conscious belly breathing changes our physiology, it changes our mind. Some researchers say that it even resets the brain.
Wow.
So, in moments of extreme anxiety or extreme stress, take a few minutes out and breathe deeply. And this brings me to my fourth and maybe the last tip, depending on the amount of time that we have.
Uh,
Slow down. Slow down. Okay? It is extremely important that you relax the pace of your life. Learn to tell the difference between what is urgent and what is important. Okay? Not everything has to be done today.
mm-hmm.
Slow down, prioritize, get clear the distinction between what is urgent, what is important. Make a list. Get people to help you. I tell my clients something all the time. Life can be very easy or life can be very difficult. Life
Mm-hmm.
is easy when you ask for help And life is very difficult when you try and do everything on your own. Life is hard enough as it is,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Ultimately, at the end of the day, there are people around us who are willing to help us, who are willing to support us, and who are willing to make a difference in our lives, just as we are able and wanting to make a difference in their lives. So slow down, get a mentor, make lists, breathe consciously, and ask for help, and understand that tomorrow is another day. Not everything needs to be done today. That this urgent feeling that we have to rush around to do everything today, causes a huge amount of stress and a huge amount of anxiety.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for the advice, Jonti. But now, the issue of not doing things when the need arises, doesn't that makes a person procrastinate, and leave things for later all the time?
Yes, so absolutely. I'm all for people being in action and doing what they need to do every day. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, we do need to strike a balance. Is
Yeah.
the pace at which we are working causing us more stress and more anxiety? And the problem with being stressed and anxious all the time, right, is that fundamentally it eats away at our health.
Mm-hmm.
So then we fall into this trap of working so hard to make the money we so desperately want, but unfortunately we have to use that money to pay for our health or our sickness, because as you know, if you do not invest in your health, you'll end up paying for your sickness.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the mistakes that we make as business owners, and how does it affect the business as well?
So there are a couple of mistakes. I think the first mistake that people make is that they do not use technology effectively, right? Technology is here and it is meant to help us. It is meant to make things easier for us. I think that's the first thing. The second thing is people don't hire the right people and they do not delegate enough. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
can't stress this, can't stress how important this is. If we were to hire good people, and yes, good people do cost more, and we
Yeah.
train them well, and we coach them well, our people become our support structure. No significant human accomplishment was ever accomplished alone. We need to realize that we need people to help us. And the
Mm-hmm.
more and better people help us, the more productive we will be, the more effective we will be, and even the more creative we will be. So the mistakes are rushing around, being superficial, not being thorough enough with what we need to do, and at the same time, not hiring good enough people who we can delegate easily and freely to.
Mm-hmm. All right. Jonty, with the little time that we have left, what advice would you like to leave us with? And please share your contact details as well.
Okay, so my contact details is executiveconsulting.co.za, executiveconsulting.co.za. Um, my advice is this: life is very, very short.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us spend way too much time at work. Yes, we want to achieve, we want to make a difference, and we want to have an impact. And we also want life ultimately to be meaningful. But at the end of the day, what's important is that we keep everything in perspective, right? Um, it's not worthwhile sacrificing your health in creating wealth. Um, Partner with the right people, get guidance, get to where you want to get to by creating goals for yourself that are meaningful and connect with those goals every day. Then enlist the help of people who could really make a difference to you and assist you to get to where you want to get to quicker. I tell all of my clients and potential clients, you don't need a coach. But if you have a coach, you will get to where you want to get to so much quicker.
All right. So thank you so much for your time, Jonti, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you for having me. Take care.
Bye. Jonti Mayer, a business coach and an author. He is the author of The Conscious Manifestation, which guides people to get what they want in life and business from the inside out. And the website on screen, www.executiveconsulting.co.za. You can go to that website for more information and how to contact Jonti should you require his services as a business coach. And you know the piece of advice that he left us with rather, that stood out for me was no use there's no use in sacrificing your health for wealth. So if you feel that something is not right with your health, that you just don't feel right anymore, that you cannot continue, then you obviously need to stop what you're doing, take a step back, and focus on your health. You don't want to reach a point where you're now super stressed, you're depressed, you have anxiety, and you don't know what to do or where to go anymore. And all of this stress, part of the stress is caused by the business, it's caused by the life, it's caused by challenges, it's caused by whatever it may be caused by. You need to take a step back, you need to breathe, and you need to shift your focus. And the focus should be on you. If you can focus on your health, then you will have more to focus on the wealth that you are trying to create. But first, make it about you. Focus on your health, and leave the wealth. We have the belief in Islam that everything has been written for you already. So the wealth that you are chasing so much will eventually come. It's just that you don't see it that way. You see it as, no, you need to go after it, you need to chase after it, and you forget about your well-being. So take a step back, breathe, relax, and go out there, smell the air, fresh air, do some breathing exercises, get yourself a business coach, a life coach, a mentor, and you can walk through this journey with someone, with the help of someone, because I'm also a person who does like asking for help. But now I will definitely be asking for help. And one way to start is by going to www.executiveconsulting.co.za. And for further questions, comments, or suggestions, you can send them to us on WhatsApp. The number is 061 766 0355. Do stay with us. We will be right back.